Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of EKU Hoops Hub. Today we're going to go over the Jacksonville State Gamecocks versus Florida International. Here we go. So, thank you to NCAA in basketball. This is his video. I finally was able to find a highlight of Jacksonville State, so this is it. And Florida International, FIU is really good. Actually, they were able to get close. I think they actually ended up winning their tournament for their conference. JSU ended up going to the NCAA tournament because of the rules with the NCAA 4-year turnover layoff. Bellarmine couldn't go because they have not been in the they've not been in D1 for 4 years. That was their second year of the 4-year layoff. So they just have to kind of wait until they can go until they win, and they have to wait another 4 years. But in JSU, Brandon Huffman was definitely a great guy for them. He graduated this year, but number 50, he is really good. I think, honestly, he could have declared for the draft if he wanted to. He's a big power guy that can get into multiple places. He's a defending big man that can do multiple things. Offensive side and defensive side. He can post up. He can obviously get up there like that. He can dunk. He can even shoot the three a little bit too. So he's a really physical big. But he can shoot a little bit better than Shaq. But I think my ASUN comparison to Shaquille O'Neal is Brandon Huffman. I just think that makes the most sense. He's super physical. He has a little bit of athleticism to him. That's definitely in his younger days, like his Magic days. But he's a really good guy that he can set screens. He can go, and they have like a lot of different packages than most ASUN teams have. But even as you see here, it's super close. And they have a little bit of an older team in the ASUN last year. They just had a lot of experience, a lot of like transfers that came in, like kind of like EKU. They had a lot of other older transfers that came in, but Huffman stayed there for I think almost his full 4 years. So he is someone that can definitely help. But Huffman definitely helped them overall this year with multiple things. And as you can see even here, the game was super close. They had a lot of momentum, and it was obviously tied. Which obviously, Jacksonville State, I think, should have played a little bit better in this game than they actually did. But they're definitely a good team coming into next year. And my standings predictions, my mocks will probably not come out for a couple of weeks. I'm thinking about doing I think we're down to North Florida, Jacksonville University, and one more team. But we're getting close to the bottom of the table, so we're almost finished up with that. And so I'm going to put out a poll and see what you all want me to do next, because I just want to see, do you all want me to go and do, what do you want me to do after? Do you want me to go ahead and do one of my mocks for the standings? Do you want me to go and do in-depth things, in-depth players, and go over their play styles? Whatever you want me to do, I'm gonna put out a poll on my community tab and Spotify and see what you all want me to do. So obviously into this game, it's super close, which FIU is a really good team, but they should have Jacksonville State should have definitely beat them, been up by a lot more than they have. Even as you've seen here, like, they're not really doing much. I mean, they're up by 2-4. I think the highest this quarter was 6. So as we get more into the game, though, you get up by 4 here with about 2.5 minutes left, and you're just trying to find something to boost because FIU's a really good team, and they were super underrated this year. I think they did. They might have went to the NIT. I think they went to the NIT. But as you can see there, like their offense paint, except Huffman, is super depleted. Like, they don't like to push the paint. The only player that liked to push the paint last year was Huffman. So that was pretty much it for his paint for the paint. And this game kind of came down to the wire here. And even as you can see, but FIU just didn't have enough juice. I mean, they kind of blew their opportunity. They got a dunk there, but by then the game was kind of over. They still did it with free throws, and that was game. So they could have done a lot better than they did. They just didn't do enough on both sides of the ball. I think he tried to make them miss it, and he did, but they didn't get the ball back. So then he pushed it down the floor, set a double screen, forced up a shot, and missed it. So that was kind of game from there. Good win for the Gamecocks. And honestly, I just think that they just didn't have enough juice. I mean, that's pretty much the whole game. They didn't have enough. But they definitely did pretty good for, FIU definitely did really good for what they had. So, it was good seeing you guys, and see you in the next one. Peace.